Hello, guys. This is welcome to the Thick Boys Podcast, episode 15, Quarantine Edition. Welcome. Obviously, we're in different places right now. I'm just in the other room as Carlos.
Yeah, we're still living together.
Nope. I was shaking my head. No. Carlos and I are in different cities. We're actually in different states, countries even. No.
Countries, maybe.
Countries? Oh, damn it! I got my headphone wire in my chicken tikka masala. Hey guys. Today's episode is going to be a bit different, obviously. First off, it's been a few months since we've talked. How you doing?
Me or the fans?
Let's go with Carlos, and then we'll ask the fans.
It hasn't been that long since we talked.
Yeah, but, it was like 2 minutes.
In terms of the fans, maybe they don't know. Life is crazy, how's it going? Man.
Yeah.
Life is good. Currently in the process of buying a house, so.
Wow! A house?
Whoa! A home!
A home!
A home for a thick boy.
A home for a thick boy. And the other thick boy is somewhere else. He doesn't get to live with the other thick boy no mo. Kicks dust at feet. So you're buying a house. That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm buying a house with a really good friend of mine. Her name's Mariana.
Yeah,
she won't like that I just referred to her as a friend.
She's like, what?
She's a really good pal.
You guys know Mariana? She was in episode 2, episode 3.
Probably.
Right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Am I peeking? This is a no-no. All right. I'm like yelling aggressively while my windows are open and everything. Children live nearby, Andy. Anyway, yeah, that's super exciting. My sister and her family are actually also in the process of buying a house during this time, so it's a crazy time for everyone.
Well, hey man, with all this pandemic stuff going on, it's time to pounce on the housing bubble.
Yeah. That shit's already burst. It's time to go.
You gotta wait for the housing market to crash and then you buy your home.
Yeah.
You know?
Now's the time for the pickings.
But yeah, other than that, bunkering down, still working, thankfully. Just working from home. I've started watching this really great YouTube channel by this guy named Andy Phillips.
Who's that guy?
Good content, I'll tell you what, man.
Oh shoot! What type of content does he do? Is it like video essays, commentary-esque?
I don't know, man. I think this would be a great way for you to segue into what you've been doing.
Oh, well, maybe I will. Sorry, I was making faces. Carlos is on a phone call, not a video call right now, so he can't see all the visual bits I'm doing, so he's like, let's hurry it up there, pal. This is dead air. Yeah, I've been, I obviously am no longer in the Thick Boys studio. I now live in California. Could have picked a better time to move out here, but it is what it is. Nah. Live in the Valley area. It's pretty good.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah, Valley boy. No, the Valley is like not the fancy part.
I don't know. It sounds like it'd be fancy.
I know, right? Valley girls.
So I've never been to California because you could name like the worst part of California and be like, ooh, sounds fancy.
You'd be like Ventura. Ooh. Not to down on Ventura. I don't think I've ever actually been. Anyway, I live in California now, in the LA area, and it's going all right. If last time we talked, I was working in production. I was still doing that pretty much part-time, and then I was in the midst of job interviewing for full-time gigs and stuff. At like advertising agencies and trailer houses and stuff, and I had
a trailer house?
Yeah, they cut trailers
Oh, that makes sense. I thought like a
Yeah.
trailer home, like
No.
like a trailer park. I'm like,
Low-key,
really?
that's one of my-
I don't remember you telling me that. Okay,
That's one of my
cool.
fears whenever I tell someone that that's where I want to get a job. They're just like, why a trailer home? Like, no,
wanna be like
not home,
like a-
house.
Like a trailer park manager. All right,
Yeah.
Follow your dreams, dude.
High hopes, am I right? Sorry, I'm eating my dinner. That's a sin.
Chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka masala is pretty good.
I got a buddy who's a pilot who loves chicken tikka masala.
Ooh, is his name Ryan Riley?
Captain Riley.
Captain Riley. Ooh, I didn't know he was a captain now. Ooh, Mr.
Captain.
Fancy. Yeah, I live in California, and I had 3 interviews set up, and then one by one, they all got canceled because of the pandemic. You can't say it or else YouTube flags. The pandemic.
Don't say the name of the virus.
No, if you do,
Is
you
it
get
Bud
demonetized,
Light
even though we don't
virus?
monetize. Bud Light?
Modelo virus. Miller Lite virus.
Let's go with Amber Bach.
The banquet beer Coors Light virus.
Rolling Rock.
I don't drink enough beers to know any other names.
That's fine. my youth days were harkening back all those memories.
Your youth gaze? What?
DAYS.
Oh, days. I was like, what? I thought I was a youth gay. And what does that have to do with beer?
Yeah. No, so much like everyone else, I'm trying to stay busy. Like Carlos mentioned a little bit ago, I've been making some solo YouTube stuff to, stay busy, keep the mental health up and everything like that. And I'm trying to, maybe see where it goes. If it actually goes anywhere, great. If it doesn't, hey, it's still fun. I'm still being productive and working on my craft. So, check it out on YouTube. I am Andy Phillips. Should be the first.
Plug
thing
the
that pops up.
Patreon.
And a Patreon. I have a Patreon now. Usually I tell people about the Patreon after they consume the content. He says,
You gotta bleed people dry of all the money they have, man. No shame. Get your cash. Get your coin, bud. Get that
you know
bag.
what? I think you're right. You know what? You better contribute to my Patreon or else I'll be pissed.
I am.
Not you. I'm talking to the audience now.
It's like, why are you talking to me like that? I do.
He's like, dude, what the fuck?
Why are you so hostile?
You said I gotta take it, so I'm trying to be aggressive for the first time in my life.
Bleed these suckers dry.
Anyway, so yeah, check it out if you like longer content. It's a fun little time. I'll probably actually mention this episode on my next long form thing there. It's all crossbreeding. It works.
Wow. It's the
Yeah.
same viewer base anyways.
Well, I mean, it's basically our friends, let's be honest. Like, maybe a few stragglers that are like, oh, I clicked on this to not watch this guy, but now I am. So let's just clear watch history. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, so I live in California now. You guys may have remembered I mentioned it before that I had come out here last summer to kind of try it out and stuff, and now I'm out here full time. It's pretty okay. The weather's always pretty nice, even when it's not good weather. Yeah, I know it's worse in other places, so I'm still pretty grateful for it's 75 and sunny right now, and it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah,
It snowed here today.
Yeah, I heard.
So
I think fellow thick boy himself, Ryan Kawakowski, had messaged me a snow picture, and I was like, "Yo, what up, dog? I'm walking outside in a mask, so what's good?"
It's snowing tonight as well, so
Why?
to look forward to. I don't know why, because
We love
a
climate
pandemic and a quarantine wasn't enough punishment this year. We're also getting snow in April, so
Yeah.
this is a good time. Ooh, a Belvita snack pack. Here's the deal.
What's the deal?
Being the poor planners that we are, we
Yes.
barely planned out the podcasts when we lived together.
Yeah.
And so now we're trying to coordinate a podcast while we don't live together and we are on separate sides of the country. So
yeah, 2 hours apart. One of us is working. One of us isn't. It's going to be an interesting process. We're just trying to get through episode by episode, but you
So,
guys are here for us, so that's all
as
that
of
matters.
now, from what's been discussed by me and Andy, we're hoping to release 2 episodes a month. So that's the hope and the plan for now. And yeah, I mean, we'll do the best we can to provide some interesting content from across the country.
Absolutely.
First topic, I don't know if you had any topics planned, because like I said, these are poorly planned. Oh, that's
Yes.
funny. I thought it would be fun to discuss with everyone being on lockdown. It'd be kind of cool to talk about some content you've been consuming, whether it be Netflix, Disney Plus, movies, TV shows, YouTube channels, or whatever. I thought it'd be kind of cool, and I thought it'd be more interesting to talk about maybe some things that, maybe some movies or shows that you didn't expect to be as into, maybe. For instance, I watched the movie. So you know how like Fandango and is starting to do like theatrical releases, like you could rent them to watch at home, like some
Yeah,
of them?
like Trolls World Tour, baby.
Wait, really? Is that like at home now?
It's like a big deal. It's kind of breaking records for home premiere.
That's pretty good. Well, didn't that one movie Onward with Chris Pratt and
That's on
Tom
Disney
Holland,
Plus now.
the animated? Yeah. We took advantage of that at home. We watched Invisible Man.
Ooh.
And
With
that
Elizabeth
movie-
Moss?
Yeah, I kind of expected it to be not great.
Okay.
But man, that movie was a lot of fun to watch.
Well, that's good.
Well, I'm a big like suspense and horror movie fan.
Yeah.
And I'm also not big on like jump scares. Like I just think that they're really cheap scares.
Yeah. I
This
agree.
movie was super suspenseful, but didn't really like use jump scares a lot. And instead just sort of used the sort of fear that someone is in the room while not actually telling you. Like the movie never really tells you, at least early on in the movie, if the Invisible Man is in the room. And that is, I thought that was a really cool way to sort of progress through the movie, is just like you kind of assume he's in the room, and the way they frame certain shots, they leave enough space for like if another person was in, the shot. And it's so cool just the way that they sort of play off of that, where is he there, is he not there? It was pretty realistic. I felt like, I mean, when you think of like an Invisible Man, how the hell do they do that? But it was really cool.
I heard that, I think I saw something that the way the DP shot it is they like left blank space in the frame on purpose to make you think that there is a person there, whether you know if there is or not. So that's pretty cool.
And like I said, it's never like super early on in the movie. It's not like they leave that frame and then something happens at that part, like something moves. Like there's some scenes where that does happen, but a lot of times it's just like there's just space in the frame and then nothing happens, and it's just so eerie and so creepy because it just kind of like makes you look at like spaces in your own like room, and you're like, yeah, what if there was like an invisible person and they were just
like, yo,
chilling
chill.
there? Yeah. So that I thought the movie was really good. It surprised me because, like I said, I watched it expecting it to be super cheesy and just not really that great of a movie. I don't know why I was so cynical about it without even having watched it.
You're
but
like,
I
yo,
watched it and I was
fuck
like-
this movie.
I think it's because, in my experience, when a horror movie doesn't come out later on in the year, like in the October, it's just like or like it's like in January, you're like,
You're just like,
maybe not.
That's gonna be
I've
a
been
no.
I've been burned by a January horror movie many a times. Not again.
You're
But yeah,
telling
this
me
movie-
Annabelle 5 wasn't your stick?
But yeah, if you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, dude. I've been meaning to. They had a really cool, and I'm gonna put this in post, but they had really cool advertising for it out here. Because one thing, if you don't know about like LA specific, like LA County, there are billboards, like all the billboards. I'd say at least 50% are for movies or TV. Because I mean, they know a lot of their audience that will consume new stuff is here. So they kind of push like anything and everything in the larger cities. And they had one for The Invisible Man. And it literally, they had a spotlight thing and it shined up. Like, so they had letters at a 90 degree angle with the blank billboard. And so the letters were at the top. So during the day, the sun would shine down, and it would
cool.
it would say what the advertising would be for The Invisible Man. And then they even had lights at night that would do the same thing. So it's like it's always working towards its advantage. By using daytime light or just their own light source. I just thought that was really clever. So
That is very clever. That's cool.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I definitely have been wanting to go see that movie. I've been consuming a lot more kind of internet content. I mean, obviously, like, you know, you staying indoors, you don't have the option to go to movie theaters anymore. I've only consumed, I think, 1 or 2 movies recently, and let me tell you, I was thrown off by a movie that I watched with my roommate and his girlfriend somewhat recently. I had heard of it before. And I was like, yeah, I'll watch it with you guys. And then we finished it, and I was like, I don't think I want to watch that again. It's The Talented Mr. Ripley. And
The Talented Mr. Ripley?
yeah, it's got Matt Damon. No. Is it? I'm gonna
Is
do
it?
Quick. Talented Mr. Ripley, 1999 film. Thank you, Google. Yeah, it's got the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Damon, and then it also has Jude Law and Gwyneth Paltrow. But it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman, and he does this. I had seen the clip before of him saying this, and I didn't know that was this movie. So when I was watching, I was like, oh, "This is a pleasant surprise." And I'll insert it here. But Philip Seymour Hoffman says,
It's a fate thing.
yeah, it was not what I expected. By the title, I expected feel good movie, and it was for the first little bit. And then I'll let whoever's interested watch it because I'm not going to spoil anything because it definitely
Mr. Ripley.
it takes a turn and it was unexpected. So yeah, that's a movie I consumed recently. I mean, the piece of content that everyone is talking about that I think is overhyped because it was not enjoyable on my end was Tiger King.
Oh, I mean, dude, that thing was like that show blew up. And then I felt like everyone was talking about it, and then now I feel like it's not. Like, I haven't really seen much of it in the past, like, couple days.
Yeah, I mean, it's well made in the sense of professionals edited together this footage and everything and cut it together. And so it looks good, but also it's just like the story I don't think was worthy of the hype that it got. Because, I don't know, maybe I watched a bit too many documentaries or just like... or true to life stories or anything. I don't know. But I was like, he doesn't even kill her. Like, no,
He's
like,
a killer.
yeah. like, they're just like, oh yeah, he tried to. And that's not a spoiler. It's in the first episode, but.
I more so just, I thought it was funny just because, just seeing like, damn dog, all it really takes for any straight dude to be gay is a little bit of meth, man. That was my favorite takeaway from the show is that, like, in reality, you know, if you're straight, are you really that straight? If,
Yeah,
you know?
that one guy, he was just like, I just wanted drugs, and so I stayed with him. And you're like, I don't think that's how that works, dude. Like, I think you get a say in that. Like,
I don't know if you get legally married and you're like, I mean, he had meth. And you're
I
like,
mean,
all
you're
right.
still my dealer, though, right? Like, do I get a discount
Yeah.
or?
That show is bananas, but I mean, I think it just kind of blew up because everyone's just stuck at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I don't think it would have gotten as.
I
hyped.
think it just came out at the right time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I watched that show. I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm with you where it was definitely overhyped.
Yeah.
But I think that had a lot to do with just timing. But you know what show isn't overhyped?
What isn't overhyped?
Dave on FX.
You're gosh darn right. I'm actually really enjoying that show.
Yeah,
new episode
actually,
tonight,
new
actually,
episode-
when we're recording this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tonight.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Yo.
I've been enjoying a lot of FX content. What we do in
Yeah.
the shadows.
Oof.
But Dave was a really good surprise. I figured
Mm-hmm.
it would be good because I mean, Dave Bird, Lil Dicky puts out good content in general. Like his music videos are always just well produced and just-
Yeah,
they're funny
he's an
and good
insanely
stories.
hard worker.
So when I heard that he was kind of going to be doing his own show, I got excited, and then I heard that Kevin Hart was going to be a part of it, like in terms of like being a
Yeah,
producer.
producing. Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's some pretty good firepower behind it. Like to get Kevin Hart to believe in your sort of idea of a show is, I think that makes it sound already pretty promising. But then
Yeah.
I started watching the show, and it's just like all the characters are just, I like every single character in the show so far. Like not a single one of the main characters is like annoying me in terms of like, oh, this character's kind of irritating and not really providing
Yeah.
much. Like I'm enjoying everyone in the show so far, and every single episode has been interesting. Like, I mean, even like not every single episode revolves around Dave, which I think is really cool because, I mean, that just kind of proves that your characters are strong enough to have an episode about them, and
Yeah.
like it's not an episode where you're like, that was cool, but I wanted more Dave. Like, I haven't finished an episode so far where it's like about someone else, like not Dave, and then been like, I wish there was more Dave. Like I always kind of leave pretty satisfied after an episode.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
actually-
pretty excited for it so far.
Yeah, me too. I was actually, I had been meaning to, funnily enough, I just remembered I was saving something for the next time we did a podcast when we talked about this to bring it up. And now I'm blanking on it. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh no. It's gone.
It's gone.
Keep talking about Dave. Maybe it'll come back.
I mean, I don't know. Like every single character has had a sort of sideline like story going,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't know. I don't feel like it's ever really taken away from it. Like
No, no.
There was the episode with Gata where you found out about his background.
Episode 5, I think.
Yeah, episode 5, like about his bipolar disorder.
Yeah. I've
Like
been
every single character so far. L's his producer. Like it just everyone has had their sort of like stories, and I mean L's had his own episode like the last time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like I said,
I forgot about that.
About him and his like and Allie's roommate. What's her name? Emma, I think. Emily.
It's something like that. Yeah.
Well, either way, like how they had their own sort of episode. Like Dave wasn't really in it except for the part where he's helping look after like Trippie Red's like cousin or something. But it's just like Dave wasn't really in the episode. It was all about Els and Allie's roommate, and I just thought it was really interesting how they devoted that much time. Like it was a 30-minute episode, 36-minute episode.
Yeah.
Towards not the name character of the show, Dave. And I didn't feel like, I don't know, it didn't feel like a waste of an episode.
Yeah, I've been watching the episodes at least twice because
Yeah.
I've gotten into a routine Thursdays, whenever I wake up and stuff, I will put on last week's episode and I'll watch it again, and then I'll watch the new episode, and I'll do that cycle for the rest of the season. And like you said, I mean, the writing is really, the character growth especially is really solid, but I think I don't think I'll be able to find the reference that I'm about to make, but I saw on Twitter weeks ago. This was before Dave had more than like 2 episodes out, and someone was commenting about how they don't trust any sort of artist that put like any sort of like actor, musician, anyone like that puts themselves in the leading roles. So like such as but the frustrating
Donald
thing was
Glover
yeah, like
in Atlanta.
well, that was kind of their outlier because they weren't comparing him to that, but they were saying how like Louis C.K. They were trying to like make connections that I didn't think were valid, and I especially
Well, I mean, Louis C.K.'s like show. Louis was I thought Louis was pretty good.
yeah. I remember like watching a few
obviously-
episodes.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Louis is not.
I mean, I think
whatever.
I think as a viewer of our content, you'll be understanding to be like, clearly the boys are not being like, Louis C.K. did nothing wrong. Please don't take
Right.
that out of context.
I'm just saying, but before any of that really came out, and like Louis' show was on television, I thought it was a pretty good show. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like, oh, my favorite show ever, but
Yeah.
if it was on TV, I would watch it. I watched it on Netflix a little bit.
Yeah, the Twitter post was saying how like they don't trust him because like it comes across as egotistical, and I just think Dave is so separate from that now. Like, not to say it's the only one because it's not, but I think it's like you were saying, when it's focusing on not just him, it's a show about like the people around him and how he got to where he is. I think it's actually pretty self-reflective. Plus, he is like Dave is the joke a lot of the time.
Yeah, like I mean,
he's
never
laughing at
really-
himself.
Yeah, it's never really about like, oh, Dave Bird, Lil Dicky is so cool. Like, look at this lavish life he lives. It's a lot about like, he is such a just like he's just not like most people when it comes to like.
Well,
his
he's not.
success story.
Yeah, and he's purposely like, I mean, this just continues to build on his branding of he's more of a he's a personable artist. Anyway, like obviously with any like he still worked with Chris Brown, and that's a little weird. Like it was well established that Chris Brown sucks, and then he's like, "Nah, man, this is good
No,
career
check
move
this
for
out.
me."
I'll make
and
a
it was,
song with
it
him.
worked. Like that was his number one for a long time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dave's been really good. In terms of TV shows, I'll mention it quickly. Finished Ozark season 3. Really enjoyed that.
Don't spoil it. I'm still on season 1.
I will not. Season 1 is like.
My brother was watching season 3, and he was like, "Damn, this is crazy." It was on TV. I'm like,
Yeah.
stop spoiling it. I haven't finished season 1. He's like, "Dog, this is season 3." He's like, "You've had so much time to watch season 1."
You
I was
gotta
like, now I
have.
know that. Now I know that character's alive in season 3, which means they won't die in season 1 or 2. And he's like, "This is your own doing."
Yeah. You could have left the room.
You know what's funny is I actually really enjoy Ozark. Every single time I've started watching it, something else has come out that like I just like kind of took my attention. And then in general,
man.
I'm just not good at keeping up with series like in general, so I just kind of didn't get to it, and then now I'm like, "Oh, I should watch Ozark," and then I still just don't do it.
You should watch Ozark, but you should binge season 2. Like, take your time on season 3, but it's like season 2. It was like insanely phenomenal in terms of pacing, because at the end of every episode, I was like, how are they gonna top that? Like, what are they gonna do next? Like, it's really well done. I think Jason Bateman even got a directing win out of it. So
Nice. I like that Jason Bateman guy.
he's got a good head on his shoulders, huh?
He got a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah. TV and film aside, I've also been, because I'm making, I'm making a lot of. For those at home, Carlos recently pointed out that I say a lot, and I don't even realize it. He'll say it after I do. He'll be like, and I'll be like, what was that? And he's like, and I was like, God.
What was that?
Anywho's, so I've been consuming a lot more YouTube content. Just because I have. God.
It's funny because that one just sounded like you were like a race car going by, like
Oh no. Okay. I'm going to try my best to do a sentence without it. Do you know? Okay. YouTube, since I'm making a lot more content, oh my God. In the YouTube sphere, I've been seeking, this is way harder than I expected. I've been seeking a lot more just creators on the platform. And I'm pulling up my YouTube listing. They're the popular ones, like, Codico, like we mentioned before.
Classic.
And we also, I'm pretty certain I've mentioned Gus and Eddie before. They do similar video format, actually. And it's frustrating because I didn't watch their podcasts until recently. And I'm like consuming it a lot, as of late. And they start their episodes the same way that we would, by cracking open cold ones. And I was like, did we steal this? Did I not realize this? Oh no!
No!
But I've been peeking around a lot more. Let me scroll through my subscriptions. Let's see. So I've been watching a lot more Gus and Eddie podcast, and they have like their friends guests on. I mean, my favorite creator, Nakey Jakey, has been friends with them for a while. And I've also consumed Drew Gooden and Danny Gonzalez, but I've really branched out from their like friend group. There's a guy called William Osman. He's also friends with like H3 and a few other like bigger names. And he's pretty interesting. Nakey Jakey is like my favorite guy, and somehow I think it was either through Reddit or somewhere else, I found a guy that is extremely similar at first glance, but is actually a lot better the more you watch. His name's James
Andy
Miller.
Phillips?
No. This guy's name is James Miller, and he's people call him a Jakey clone in the comments and stuff. But like his fans are just like, nah, man, you're way more than that. The amount of editing he puts into his videos is insane because, like, you and I are fans of a green screen or an ultra key effect. This guy takes it to a new level because he has like a green screen circle panel, and he'll like fling it around the frame and then have it go to like different graphics that he's referring to. And then he changes his filming set. Like, he films in his bed with this big, like, neon lighting setup. And then he'll film in front of a green screen. And then he'll film outside. He keeps it pretty fresh. So, James Miller, check him out. He's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You can't see this, but I have Kobe on my desk.
Kobe!
And he's sniffing the mic.
Is he licking it?
No.
Okay, good. What a guy.
You know what channel I was really enjoying?
What channel?
How Ridiculous. It's
How
those
Ridiculous.
Australian dudes that just drop shit from like a really tall tower.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you heard of them or have you seen their content?
I think like one time on like the trending page. I don't think I'm a subscriber.
They did this collab with this guy. I already forgot his name. Damn. This guy who used to work with NASA.
Oh, wow.
And then he had this really popular video where he did like glitter explosions.
Yeah, did he do the
like,
glitter
Christmas
bomb thing?
packaging? Yeah, the glitter bomb thing.
Yeah, I love
for
those.
like Christmas packages. So he's the guy they did a collab with that guy, and they had him build. They had him design with CAD this trampoline that could withstand a car being dropped on it.
Oh my god!
And like bounce.
Did it
like,
work?
Actually bounce. It worked. It's really cool. But yeah, they make a lot of they're just good energy. They just have a good energy, and
Oh, that's cool.
they're just dropping stuff. They use like really slow-mo cameras. They drop this like 360 cam too whenever they do drops, which is really cool because then they just keyframe it to follow like the object that they're dropping it with, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, I've been watching that channel a bit too. A lot of content to watch, people.
Yeah.
And, you know, the thick boys, we're here to give you those suggestions. We're here to give you the entertainment that we can't personally provide you, so we're recommending you the people that can.
Yeah. We're trying. Well, guys, that'll do it for today's episode. Sorry if it's a little shorter than expected or anything, or a little bit longer. I don't know. YouTube's algorithm maybe fix this up. We've had fun chit-chatting and catching up with y'all. Do you have any fun quarantine? You got to whisper it. Do you have any fun quarantine stories that have happened to you? Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, we'll see you next time with another episode. Yeah, welcome back, baby.
Let us know if you're excited that we're back, or if you really could care less. Because
Yeah,
if you don't care, then
just can
That's
we
fine, too.
Can we get some? Hey, cut it out in the chat.
hey, cut it out.
All right, guys. Bye. Wait, Carlos, wave at the camera.
I did. I actually did.
Yay!